Welcome to Make a Path Presents. I'm Ronnie Hayes, and today in the review room we're going to take a look at The Walking Dead Rick Grimes coloring book. A few months ago I showed off The Walking Dead coloring book, and today I noticed in my local comic book shop on the new table they had the Rick Grimes version. Now here's the thing, I do not know what they're coming out with next. They got pretty cool covers. I'll show this off before I forget. You have the whole, four main characters here, and then the back got a red border. This one has a blue border and a little bit of an explanation on the back side. Now I don't know what's coming up for the coloring books. If they continue to be popular, I see them making Negan, Michonne, Carl, and I also think it would be a cool idea to come out with coloring books that were, the coolest images from certain story arcs, like All Out War coloring book, No Way Out, Fear the Hunters. I think that would be pretty cool. But let's take a quick look so that way you can decide if you're interested. And if you are interested, it's $14.99 the cover price, but you can find this at your local comic book shop. You can find it at Amazon. You can find it at Walmart, and I do believe Skybound.com. Check them out if I'm not mistaken. I do believe they sell them there. Anyway, without further ado, let's take... I haven't even looked either. I just snatched it up because I knew I would want to show you guys, and my daughter's always trying to color in these, so I have to share with her. She doesn't read the comic, she doesn't watch the show, but she likes playing with the toys and coloring the coloring books, obviously. Anyway, we got Rick Grimes getting tackled by a couple walkers. This doesn't even look like the same scene. I might be forgetting that, but I thought this was Rick being tackled and then Tyrese comes and he tackles the walkers off him. But this might be a different scene that looks similar, but I thought that's what it was. So maybe they are splitting two different scenes and putting it together, or I'm remembering it wrong. And then we got a few little blocks of Rick Grimes' face. It looks like the same panel, just repeated throughout the whole page. This is a cool one where Rick Grimes went to go and get Shane, dig him up and kill him again. We have Rick Grimes digging Shane up and killing him. Here's Rick on his bicycle. Looks like he's going back to the prison after killing his friend. Here's Rick beating the hell out of Thomas. We have four cool panels there. And then here's him. This is a cool one. Standing over Thomas's beaten body. We got... again, standing over Thomas's beaten body, but it's a big panel of that. That's a cool one. I like that. Now, a lot of people I've seen, a lot of people say they don't like the black, and you have to understand that this is Charlie's art style. So this coloring book is supposed to be a coloring book based on his art style. So yes, you will get lots of this solid black. In order for them to get rid of that black, some images would be impossible, but for example, they would have to go in there and they would have to re-outline all that, so that way they can take away the black in the middle. And then on his face, look at that. It would be damn near impossible, and you'd probably just shadow it in anyway. So I hear the complaints. I definitely understand the people that don't like the big heavy black images. Maybe they could pick ones that aren't so heavy with the black, but my argument is I would want it in Charlie's art style so the black doesn't bother me. As long as it's authentic to Charlie's art style. What do we have here? Rick and gang shooting at the prison. Here's a cool one with Rick in riot gear. Here's another cool one. This is a really cool image with Rick in riot gear and then Michonne on that side there. And we have the governor chopping off Rick's hand. That is a must-have, a must-include in the comic book. Here's Rick getting back to the prison, noticing it has been destroyed, or at least that's what he thought. Here's a cover when Lori was pregnant, obviously, at the hospital, at the prison. See, like that solid black, that stuff, that doesn't bother me. I like that. This is a cool one. I like this. You have Rick and Lori. I believe this is a cover, too. Nice one, too. They had a really good color scheme in the background for the cover. And then I believe it was in the 40s, too. Early 40s. And then here's Rick running out. It might be the late 30s. I don't know. Here's Rick running out to a walker in the prison. That is an awesome one. That's a cover to like 43 or 42. Maybe 42. But that's a cool cover. It was like a blue and white instead of like a black and white. The cover, the original cover, was colored really cool. Here's Rick after getting a ricochet bullet, I believe, at the prison. And then here's Rick and Carl wandering off. So they got a few good images. Here's Rick kissing zombie or walker Lori. And then here's Rick pulling a gun on Abraham. You guys got some really cool images. Here's one of my favorite covers too. Not the best cover, not one of my all-time favorites, but I bought this one specifically because I liked it. It's issue 60 or 61, something like that. Abraham carrying Carl. That's an iconic image. That would be a fun one to color. I like that, especially with all the walkers in the background. I like that. And then we have Rick with the hunters in front of him, or Chris from the Hunters. That's cool. All right, want to skim through some of these. I like some of these landscape ones. You'd probably have a lot of fun. Rick, a larger world type thing. And then, actually, I think that was before they got to Alexandria, to be honest. Here's a No Way Out image where Carl is wounded. And they got a bunch from No Way Out, and then after No Way Out, here's Rick Grimes after Negan. Here's one with Rick and Negan. I think that's the first one I saw. It's just a panel repeating where, well, it's not the same panel over and over. It's 4 of the same panel, and then finally Negan talks. Here's my favorite so far. I believe this was cover 106 in the comic book. I like this one a lot. You have Rick Grimes, Michonne, and I think Jesus is there, but in the comic it was Nick. I think Jesus is up there. Andrea's here. Yeah, that's badass. That's when they were looking for Carl in the comic. Or maybe they didn't know he was gone at that time. I don't know. There's a cool one. You can do some different color panels. I'd like to see fans do like a primarily red, you know, then blue, then like a green. Or maybe even different shades of red. And then each block would have a different shade of red. But do it, I don't know, different. Here's a cool one with Rick and Negan. I like that. I like that. Not a whole lot you can do except for color in the background, but they got some cool ones there. That's another nice one too. A lot of black. I get it if you're saying you don't like that. And then you got Rick going pow. Here's probably my second favorite. Automatically, I think that is Kick-Ass. That's the cover to begin All Out War, I believe. Yeah. Here's another cool one. People getting shot during All Out War. And then we have Rick, Carl, and Andrea leaving during All Out War. Yeah, so you guys got some really cool covers, especially during All Out War. They've got these explosions. They got really cool full page splash pages of All Out War. And then Rick and Negan. That's a badass one. I like that. And afterwards, that is Kick-Ass. They got 2 new beginning ones. I didn't think they'd do that, but they got a Rick Grimes on horseback, and they have Rick on the herd. Now, one thing I love about this is because it's the artwork directly from the comic. You know, it's Charlie Adler's artwork. So some of these are so damn cool. You could even buy these just to tear out the big ones and make your own poster on the wall. You can do tons of different things with these. You can make comic boxes with these. You know, you can do a bunch of different do-it-yourself projects. You can color them like how they're meant to be. I think they're meant to be torn out of this, I think. Yeah, they have that word I can never say right, so I'm not even going to humiliate myself by saying that. It's like perforated or some shit like that, but I never say it right because I'm half retarded. Anyway, this is pretty cool. Again, it's not just for coloring, in my opinion. I love it just to get the artwork, and I do have plans down the road for some of this. Plus, I color them. I buy an extra one. I color with my daughter. Usually the extra one, I'll be honest, I pick up that at, I support my local comic book shop on the first, but then I get the one I color with my daughter at Walmart. Usually the comic shop only has 1 or 2 anyway, so no biggie. Anyhow, that's the comic book. I posted a review for the most recent issue of The Walking Dead, issue 159. It's sad, it's tragic. Who am I kidding? I didn't even read it yet. So, if you want to watch my review, check that out. I'm done talking. It's your turn. I don't know. Subscribe now.